What's up, dames? Welcome back to my channel. As you already know, today we are going to be doing an everyday look, natural look. Well, as natural as possible. You know, my lashes are still dramatic, but yes, we're going to be doing an everyday look. For this video, I'm actually kind of sick and my throat hurts. So this is my first time attempting to do a voiceover for the rest of the video because I'm just having a hard time to be able to talk continuously without it hurting. So of course, you guys already know, if you have not already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell button. It only takes 2 seconds, so that way you can get all of my notifications when I do post. So if you would like to know how I achieved this everyday look, then stay tuned. I apologize, dames. I did mean to mention in the beginning that we will be using some of TEAIRA Walker's favorite products in this everyday look video. What I was just holding up to the camera was Too Faced Hangover Primer, Coconut Primer, and yes, it smells just like coconuts. Definitely one of my go-to primers, and it always puts a smile on my face. The next item that we're going to be using is from Too Faced, and it is the Natural Eyes palette. And dames, this palette literally smells so good. It is literally has Christmas smells. I'm obsessed. Now, the first eyeshadow that we will be using is the Strip Poker, and you already know. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just going to use this as my base and just press that in. Oh my god, this palette smells so good. It's got this snickerdoodle scent to it. I don't know, it just reminds me of Christmas, and I just am completely obsessed. Next up, dames, we are going to be using the eyeshadow Chocolate Martini, and this eyeshadow is absolutely stunning, and this is what we're going to be using to make our soft blended crease on our eye, and it just is so beautiful. Look how well it just blends onto your eye. And then also, this is highly pigmented, so if you want a light blended crease, or if you want to build it up, this palette is definitely a great palette to be able to blend it up. I am going to blend this darker as we go along, but look how pretty it is. And lately I have been so into the cocoa browns. Now I'm all for a natural look, but usually I'll go for a lighter brown. Now I've been starting to go crazy with the cocos. I don't know where I've been sleeping underneath a rock, but I'm literally obsessed with this look, and moving forward you're probably going to be seeing me mess around a lot with the darker browns, because now that I have started, I will not be able to stop. And this is such an easy look. We're literally only going to be using these 2 colors from this Natural Eyes palette. The next thing that we're going to go ahead and do, well, first actually let me dust off the fallout. Am I okay, Dane? So I look alright? Alright. So the next step is we are actually going to go ahead and put on our lashes from Ardell. These are the wispy lashes. I'm also using the Ardell white glue. If you guys know of any other glue that's really good to use for lashes, let me know. I'm just so comfortable using this one that I won't try another one. I need to though. I literally have to use both hands in order to put my lashes on. I envy those who can freehand with one, maybe one day. I always use my eyelash curler because it really helps to just get the whole lash in place for me, especially with the glue. It's truly amazing how lashes can really just make a look. I cannot live without lashes. Next up, we are going to be using IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, which is literally my favorite. This is the one mascara that you can use and you do not have to double dip. It is literally enough on this stick to do both your upper and lower eyelashes. I love it. It's not too much. It's just enough mascara. Obsessed, obsessed. Have you guys noticed my TEAIRA Walker pony? Next up, dames, we are using NARS foundation, which is definitely one of TEAIRA Walker's favorite and also a favorite of mine. Me and her actually have or share the same shade, which is Tahoe. And honestly, I got introduced to NARS foundation through my sister. Prior to that, I was always using drugstore foundation, and now that I know about NARS, I cannot go back. This was the first foundation, like high-end foundation I had ever tried, where like I was like, yes, this is literally worth the money spending. It's full coverage, it matches my undertones no matter what the season. I absolutely love NARS foundation. I am a NARS whore, for real, for real. Next up, dames, we're going to be using Rimmel's Stay Matte Concealer in the shade Vanilla. I really love this concealer because not only is it affordable, but it is a nice, easy concealer that you can build up if you feel like you don't have enough on, and it actually does not oxidize, which I'm really surprised because I usually run into, you know, with lower, I don't want to say lower end, but you know, affordable products where the concealer oxidize, and I am not a fan, but Rimmel has got it on lock, and this is definitely one of my favorite affordable products. Next up, dames, I am going to be using Anastasia's Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and the shade I am using is Cinnamon. I love this shade. It literally is my favorite to contour with, my go-to. And this time around, I just decided to go ahead and contour and do concealer all at once. Almost forgot to show you the Anastasia contour kit, but here it is. Now we're gonna go ahead and just start blending in the concealer in our face. Look how nice this concealer goes on. It was crazy because when I was trying to pick what concealer I was gonna use, I wasn't sure if I was gonna go with Shell or Vanilla, but I'm so glad that I picked Vanilla. I usually do like to go with a lighter concealer because I just love to have that highlight underneath my eyes, and also to just kind of get rid of that line that does sit underneath my eyes. I'm not a fan of at all, but this is amazing concealer. I am so for it. Rimmel did such a great job. So we are going to go ahead and start blending in that cinnamon cream contour just to make sure everything is looking cohesive and just, you know, well blended, of course. And then, you know, I always like to go ahead and just make sure that I blend in my contour, brushing it up so that we can have our cheeks looking snatched, dames. This is always like my favorite when our contour just comes all the way together. Yes, contour is snatched, dames. Next up, we are using Airspun Loose Face Powder. Definitely one of my favorites as well, and it is also an affordable product. I really like it. It has like a pinkish tone to it, but it really honestly just lays on the face really nicely, and it doesn't leave you looking too powdery. I've tried some translucent powders because I've been really big into baking lately, and some of them have left me looking really powdery underneath the eyes, which I just do not like. But this Airspun, and this is the original, it will have you looking snatched and keeping those, or well, you know, keeping your concealer in place so that you don't have to worry about no fine lines later. I just love it. I love baking, and whoever thought of this, I'm pretty sure, I mean, powder's been around for a minute, but to just bring concealer and baking all in one is just pure genius. Next up, Dames, we are using Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette, and this is the light to medium, which is also another favorite of TEAIRA Walkers. I've actually been dying to use this ever since I saw her using it, and she swears by it. We are using the contour shade, and like I said earlier, we're just gonna go ahead and go over the parts, you know, to use it as a setting powder as well for the cinnamon color, just to help bring that color out a little bit more. Also, Dames, with this contour kit, you want to be careful because it is highly pigmented, so you don't want to dip too much of your brush in it. Just lightly put your brush in and apply. Next up, Dames, we are going to be using our Giovi Matte setting spray before applying our highlighter. I love this spray, another great affordable product, and it is, I got this from the beauty supply store, but yes, I love it. It's honestly, I would say it's almost just as good as the all-nighter spray from Urban Decay. Very affordable. Next, we are going to go ahead and apply highlighter, and we're going to be using the highlighter from the Black Radiance Contour Palette. I am literally obsessed with this highlighter. I was so surprised to see how nicely pigmented it was, but not overly pigmented. And it's where you can actually build it up. I love it, I love it, I love it. And I just love that Black Radiance just included it in their contour palette. Pure genius. So I went ahead and I wanted to go ahead and show you guys teams that I was trying out Pixie's cream lipsticks. Well, they're kind of glossy too, but it's more like creamy. And I tried two different lipstick colors, and it's like you can see the colors, but they were pretty faint, and I had a really hard time trying to build them up. And I did try mixing, you know, two colors together. It didn't work. So initially what I ended up having to do is I did have to go ahead and find a different lip color to go ahead and finish the look off with, because these weren't building up. Now, I wouldn't totally say that I would exit, you know, Pixie out. If you are a person who has lighter lips, Pixie would definitely be a great choice for you guys. Just for me, my lips are light, but I still have a little bit of darker tones in my lips, and it just wasn't covering. So, you know, I did have to go ahead and just find something else instead. So I ended up picking NYX Peanut Brittle, which is from their Butter Gloss line, and I am literally obsessed with this nude. This is the one nude I can say is a very universal nude. It can be worn with pretty much any look. So dames, if you have not yet purchased Peanut Brittle from NYX, you are sleeping, honey. This is literally, I would have to say, one of the holy grails of nudes. Things, we are going to go ahead and set this look. This everyday look came out so fire, so bomb. I am obsessed with it. I hope you guys are obsessed with it. Also, I know we had that little downfall with the lipstick, but I am glad that we found one to complete this beautiful look. Also, do not forget to comment and like this video. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, as well as hit that notification button so you can get all of my notification dames. Thank you so much, dames, and I will see you in my next video.